Okay, welcome to the hottest day of the year so far, June 18th, 2024. And I'm going to get ready to start doing a transaxle swap between three different machines. All three of these machines do technically run and drive the way they are. The Poulon Pro, the Green Craftsman, which will become the Johnny Bucket Craftsman, and the reddish Poulon, Yard Pro. This one right here, the Yard Pro, will be a parts tractor. That's pretty much all it's going to be good for. It does run and drive. All three of these do run and drive currently. But yeah, I'm swapping the transaxles. So the one from the Yard Pro is going in to the Poulon Pro. I want to keep the Poulon Pro, or I want to make the Poulon Pro a hydrostatic, since a hydrostatic definitely sells better than a manual. I want a manual in the Johnny Bucket tractor because of what it's going to be doing. A manual transaxle will be a better fit for this machine. And lastly, the Yard Pro, it's simply just a parts machine, and the hydrostatic that will be going back in it isn't the greatest, so this one will remain as a hydrostatic. This machine is probably going to get sold very soon, probably ask a couple $100 for it. I'm not into this machine for very much, just the ignition coil and a little bit of time, but this machine has earned back its money on YouTube views. For some reason people love this machine, but it will be going away soon. So this machine, decent engine, it will still run and drive when I do go and sell it. I might take those fronts, they'll have a different set of rears on it. As for rear hoops casings for this one here, it's going to get 23s on the back, which will definitely help with speed and stuff like that. And also it will be getting a front pulley swap, not the rear. This one here, it's, like I said, going back to full-on hydro, so nothing's going to get modified. It's going to stay the way it is. This machine was originally a hydrostatic or automatic, whatever you want to call it. Then the rear end went out in it at one point before I bought it, and I put a manual transmission into it. But like I said, it's going to go back to automatic. So as for the belts, I believe that one there has an almost new belt on it. So the most likely the belt, the shifter linkage, everything from that one there will be going to the Poulon Pro. So this machine right here will most likely be retaining everything that it does currently have when it comes to shifter linkage, belt. Unless the belt on this one looks nicer than one that's on the Johnny Bucket tractor, I'll change it. Or if I have a nicer one in my stash. That's really the only way that's going to happen. I'm going to change out a drive belt. If it has cracks, splits in it, I'll leave it. If it doesn't, and what the other one does, obviously I'll change it. Since you do need to change the belt when swapping between an automatic and a manual. Pretty much all the Craftsman belts for automatics are the same size. Pretty much all of them are the same size for the manuals. So it doesn't really matter the body style. The positioning of the engine never changes. Positioning of the transaxle never changes. Also, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to leave all the brackets in place on all three of these machines. I'm just going to take out the two bolts that come up from the bottom on each side and the front supports. Doing that just to make sure everything stays in place. Also on this one here, since that tire is seized in place, that one there might come off, but I'm not going to bother trying. It'll be easier to remove the two bolts, drop it down, and pull it out. So that's the plan for as of right now. We're going to get this one pulled first, then probably move to that one there so I can get the linkages swapped back, then move to this one right here. But when I have the transaxle out of this one right here, I'm going to double check, make sure they are the same. If they're not, I'm screwed, but I believe they are the same. I did take a quick look at them. They looked very, very similar. Also, this one here is leaking oil from the Transexual. Again, like I said, it still works, but it has started leaking. So that one there is probably on its last legs. Hopefully, it can stay running and driving for the Yard Pro until I get it sold. But excuse me, I will sell it as a parts tractor regardless. On this, the value is more in the engine than the rest of the machine. If somebody wanted to take this and make it an off-roader, it could do that, but it's not really the best setup. It's a parts tractor, and it's pretty much all it's ever going to be for the rest of its life. So anyways, I'm gonna get started. Like I said, it's hot, but I got my nice shade tree above me, and I should be able to at least get this one taken apart and that one taken apart before I get too warm. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.